Hanging drywall is a multi-step process that an experienced DIYer can do with a little help. Here's an overview of what's involved. Keep in mind that drywall sheets can be difficult to carry and maneuver. Get a helper or a drywall panel lift. You can rent one at the Home Depot Tool Rental Center. Hanging drywall horizontally will result in fewer seams to tape, and they'll be at a convenient height. Control drywall dust with plastic sheeting at doors and by shutting off the AC. And always use a dust mask and eye protection. Before starting, mark stud locations on the ceiling to help when driving your drywall screws. When hanging your first panel, make sure to measure and cut so that the end will wind up in the middle of a stud. Also, you should always start in the center and work out across the top, driving your screws 16 inches apart into all studs. You'll hang the top rows first and then finish with your bottom rows. You'll continue hanging full sheets as before by butting them snugly against the others. But make sure to avoid seams lining up with door and window corners. What about things like windows, doors, and outlets? You'll be doing a lot of measuring and cutting for these, so plan ahead, take your time, and be sure to have all the right tools and materials. And keep in mind the old do-it-yourself mantra. Measure twice, cut once. You'll save yourself a lot of frustration. One tip that will help the finished look of the room is to not align seams. In other words, begin your bottom row of drywall with a shorter panel than the one already in place above it. That way, the seams between the panels in each row will not align directly above each other. Also, leave a slight gap between the floor and the drywall so the drywall won't be affected by slight bumps in the floor. Baseboards will cover that later. And don't forget your corner bead. You'll be attaching that to the exposed corners to protect the drywall. When all your drywall is hung, you might want to take a break because your work isn't quite done. You'll still need to do your joint work to hide your seams. Obviously, this is just a brief overview of the drywall hanging process. For more detailed information on this and many other popular projects, check out the DIY Projects and Ideas section of HomeDepot.com or talk to one of our store associates. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.